Forget the nursery rhymes. A bearded man loading animals onto a cute floating zoo is a massive oversimplification of an event that was far more complex. Viewed through the lens of modern systems engineering, the Ark represents humanity's first blueprint for an integrated disaster recovery system. Before the collapse, the targeted civilization operated as a highly capable system. They had achieved massive economic accumulation and engineered a stable, high-yield agricultural infrastructure. Ancient texts suggest they also achieved a state of genetic stability, resulting in human lifespans that lasted centuries. But eliminating biological turnover creates a critical problem. The social order stagnates. This extreme biological and economic lockdown bred a fatal vulnerability. The lack of generational turnover caused the entire societal structure to harden, pushing the civilization directly toward a systemic crash. Extended lifespans led to severe cognitive rigidity. When the same leaders hold power for centuries, deep class stratification forms, concentrating absolute control within an unchanging elite assembly known as the mala. Surrounded by immense material wealth, this ruling class developed a severe case of technological hubris. They believed their engineered systems made them entirely independent of ethical or divine constraints. To solidify their control, they engaged in symbolic social engineering. The process followed a specific path. First, they memorialized respected historical figures. Over time, that memory shifted into sanctification and eventually total deification. What started as honoring the dead became a gradual ideological drift. The society overrode its core ethical values, replacing them with a rigid system of blind obedience to these new idols. The system was thoroughly infected from the inside out. Because the corruption was hard-coded into their leadership and culture, a catastrophic hard reset was required to save the species from self-destruction. In systems engineering, when a network is irreparably compromised by malware, the hardware is discarded to save the essential data. This makes the Ark a universal bioarchive server, a specialized platform designed for life continuity management. Logistically, fitting millions of live adult animals onto a single vessel is impossible. The project likely relied on extreme data compression, preserving genetic templates, embryos, and immense seed banks rather than full-grown organisms. With the biological data secured, the environment was formatted. The flood acted as a planetary system reset, a clean install designed to purge the infected societal infrastructure from the planet. This wipe aimed to delete the corrupted societal code while preserving an uncorrupted moral and biological core for the reboot. Rebuilding required pushing life through a genetic bottleneck. The process reduced the human population to a tiny fraction of its previous size, to restart the species from a clean sample. By narrowing the survivors to a select few, the reset bypassed the institutional resistance and rigid corruption that had paralyzed the previous era. Once the waters receded, the ecosystem restoration phase began. The high-density biological data, the preserved seeds and genetic templates, were reintroduced to a post-cataclysmic world to rapidly regenerate the biosphere. The reboot succeeded. The corrupted system architecture was erased, allowing humanity to build civilization again from a clean ledger. The hardware was restored, but a lingering flaw remains. The human tendency to worship the wrong things is a persistent malware in our nature. Ancient stone idols contrast with modern neon cities. Idolatry upgrades its interface. The golden bull is technology worship, hubris that progress conquers mortality. Money and fame screens reflect our consumerist system. Smartphones displaying pleasure reveal the ultimate idol, ego worship. A civilization's collapse begins with this internal moral failure and technological hubris. The external environment is often just the final weight that breaks an already compromised system. The ultimate lesson of the Ark is that true survival requires balancing our technological advancements with an uncorrupted ethical core. Without that balance, we are simply writing the code for the next system crash.